We going?
Huh?
We going?
No.
I can't see anything.
Can't see. Throw gang. Can't see shit. What is it? This week we're fucking around and getting silly.
No, what?
Throw gang. We are joined by the Armani Poppy, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, Prince of Pearl Clutching, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys, with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits. I cannot see a damn thing.
No, these are really, I didn't think these were, I was like, wait, do I have to peel the film off? But then we were on the roof taking the fit pic, and yes, we can't see the eclipse starting right now.
It's all happening. Sorry, guys.
Just like every week, we're going in blind, Larry.
We're going to have to take a break when it's peak. I can't even see my watch.
I can't even see you.
All right, I'm taking them off. Also, yo, be careful. I guess it's too late, but yo, these things cut my ear, dude.
Yeah, you got soft boy ears. That's the thing.
Apparently, dude. Jesus
Soft, your
fucking
ears soft as
Christ.
baby shit, boy. All right. Before we get into Larry getting a taste of his own medicine at dinner, highlight of my year so far. Heightfishing. And being the victim of the greatest sneaker heist in modern
I
history.
can't wait to hear about this.
Let's get into a fit check.
All right. Should you start? Should I start?
You can start.
Okay. I wore Stofa Grecian slippers. I have on no brand name black dress socks. The jeans are 3SXTF.
Which, by the way,
The big jeans.
if you order those on pre-order, per Andrew's
Instagram,
IG story
yeah.
from a few days ago, they're getting washed right now. So it's I'm not a jeans expert, but I think you make them, you wash them, you ship them.
Yeah.
So we're on step 2,
Yeah. Coming soon.
bombing soon.
I don't know where we are in the 8 to 10 week window, but it seems like we're on track.
Let's say we're week 6-ish.
Okay, I like that. That sounds good. We're ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Sure. Shout out Andrew. Thank you for the update.
The jeans are so good.
They are.
I'm sorry.
They're great.
I'm sorry.
The belt
Run it back.
is
Run it back.
Maximum Henry. The Pleasers Hanes. The button up is vintage Armani from Chickies Vintage. Part of
Nice.
my most recent haul. I
Yeah.
think we talked about the rest of the shit that I bought on this week's afters.
You did your little biannual Chickies visit, and it got me thinking that I need to do the same. I mean, it's you know, you lose sight of how blessed you are just to have like such gems in your backyard.
Yeah.
And I need to get in there and fucking re-up, honestly, for the summer, because it's gonna be a hot summer, Larry.
A hot boy summer.
Not even a hot boy. It's gonna be a hot summer.
Just a hot summer in
Summer's
general.
gonna be hot.
We talked about this with Teets, and it always comes up, and it's this whole idea of like, I love the hunt. I love the vintage hunt. I want all of the work done for me. I want to walk into a beautiful store with wonderful women working the register and racks, and I want all of the good shit, the Armani, the Ralph, right there for me. I will pay a premium every single fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
I do not care about the hunt. I just want the damn Jones.
Larry will pay that women working the racks premium every time.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to help decrease the wage gap, one Armani shirt at a time.
I enjoy the hunt, but I do think that no one like Chickies is like, you know, Kathleen and her whole team. Like it's way beyond
And now
my
her
fucking
sister.
Yeah, it's a family affair. Way
Shout out
beyond
Catherine.
mine. And shout out her little brother who's a fan of the show. I believe his name is George. Shout out George Sorbara.
Well, now that you just said his whole name, I believe he's an architect in Nashville.
What's his address?
I don't know. Well, you said his full name.
Also,
shout out Chloe. Thanks for all the help, guys. Yeah, dude.
No, what I was gonna say is that you can be like an eBay sniper. I'm something of an eBay sniper myself. I got these 1988 sealed cigarettes from the Mike Dukakis presidential
Dukakis
run.
Yo.
Still in the pack.
Call me Mike because that cock be doing is.
A quality blend of natural tobaccos without additives or flavorings. 20 cigarettes.
Should I?
Still sealed.
I'm not going to smoke one of these on
Please
pod,
don't.
but like I wonder what king size filters. But I wonder what a cig from 88 tastes like.
It probably tastes like
Dog
it's about
shit?
the same age as you, so it probably tastes like smoking you.
Dude, it is 1 year younger than me. Thank you to the Throw Gang. Thank you to my Throwing Fits family for the wonderful birthday fan cam.
Oh, yeah.
And all of the messages from everyone. I am 37 years old and I podcast for a living.
Only 5 years left on that lease of your body, buddy.
Oh, no. Dude, honestly, I have completely quit smoking.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
What are you talking about? You keep a loose pack right there.
No, those were from those were left by the guest who
Shall never be named.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that you don't leave a pack here for like
they're almost done.
cheeky
And they're
pre-pod
fucking
darts.
Camel Blues. I hate them.
So don't smoke them.
Nah, it doesn't work that way, dude.
Okay.
Addiction doesn't work that way.
How many Zins you doing a day now?
No
A
comment.
full 10?
Bro, I'm So I believe it says like enjoy for an hour. I might have one in every hour on the hour.
Like you wake up. Zyn.
I wonder if I'm getting more addicted to nicotine via Zyn.
Wake up.
But
Zyn.
It fucking hits the brain and you get that Zynergy, dude.
You know, there's a brand that I think your boy does it. Nick, our boy Nick was telling me about it. Your boy Shane does the ads for them. Shane Gilly.
Oh, there's like more milligrams.
It has a bead in the pouch. So you get the instant rush immediately, and then you get the long-term...
An instant rush from the crush.
The long-term release as you just, continue having it up in the lippy.
Just a therapeutic fucking beaded pillow.
I know.
Oh, I need
all
those.
my friends are legitimately addicted to Zyns now.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
There was speaking of pearl clutching,
it's
there was
endemic.
There was a whole, I guess, because like with vaping, even though like teens are obviously addicted to vaping, you can't just like vape in class, but you could hide an upper decky lip pilly pretty easy. So it's like there's a whole op-ed. It was absurd. Nicotine is good for you.
It's a performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, that's why I take them while podcasting. And if you pay for any tier where there's video, you can see me pop multiple Zyns.
Do you take them when you take them when you're not podcasting too?
Yeah, just at home chilling on the
couch. Just life enhancing drug.
Yeah, I'm usually
LED.
As long as if I'm eating, I don't have a Zyn in, but every other hour.
Yo, you know what you got to do?
What's that?
I don't know if you have any plans. You mentioned a long time ago the fact that you wanted to grill. I think I grill pilled you after getting my two pieces. You should get some sort of grill that has like a Zyn holder or some shit.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I did get myself a grill. No spoilers. We've talked about it a little bit, but yes, I was grill pilled by you. I did go get a grill for my birthday. I will unveil it when it is done in early May, but
you should get like a carbon fiber like mesh net or something where you can like just stick a Zyn up there. It's next generation Zyn technology, which maybe you could like be a pioneer. Kind of like Apollo mission it, but I don't know if there's a way to kind of create like a something that both is flexible enough to like not tear up the Zyn, but rigid enough where you can just like stick it up there and let it cook.
While being a bipartisan Zyn user, I'll go upper right, upper left, and I'll alternate. The grill that I had done, and I'll talk about the reference, even though I already have it now, it goes to the left because my right side is my preferred top shelf for the Zyn. So the grill is kind of like already Zyn-friendly.
Right.
But there's no tech involved, I don't think.
So the tumor will be growing over here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On the right side. Though I don't think that's a side effect that has been discovered yet.
In the 3 years that Zyn has existed.
Yeah.
Cool.
No. It's existed a lot longer. And I actually found out something crazy. We talked about whether or not women Zyn on the pod. And
Zyn.
Right. And my point was I had never seen a woman Zyn. But apparently in Scandinavia, where snus technology, snooze, whatever it's called, has been like very popular for a long time, Zyn is the girly brand.
Oh.
But I guess in America, this is now big tobacco, and it's basically the only brand that I know of that is readily available. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying.
Fellas, it's a gate of Zyn.
Yeah.
That's what the Scandies want to know.
Yeah. So up top, I have on a vintage mobile gas rodeo hat, rolling on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, chrome on the other hand, and Green Point's finest in the hydro flask. And I'm wearing
jacket
Brady brand on the cock and balls, and the jacket is vintage Comme des Garçons Homme Plus.
Nice. All right, upstairs, I must be incontinent because I'm covered in my own shit. Throwing Fits X Clark's Wallabies with the hand-embroidered medallion on the toe box. Manresa socks. Speak of chickies.
Oh, yeah.
These are some vintage Banana Republic chinos that I picked up last summer before I went on my fucking Eat, Pray, Love shit in Italy. Happy to bust them out as hopefully Fake Spring 3 is in the books.
Hopefully this is real spring now.
I think so.
Today might be the day. I think the eclipse feels like some type of sign.
Something's happening.
Yeah. Earthquake, eclipse.
I didn't feel the earthquake.
I know. We talk about it in the afters, which again, it's like the way that I
read that. I can't keep track of time anymore.
Was you being like hard because like, I didn't feel shit.
No, I wish I had felt it.
That's what she said.
Nice.
You really felt nothing at all.
No, I was too busy getting busy.
Did you feel the aftershock?
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
Damn, crazy.
I know.
Maybe it's because of the geography of where Greenpoint is in relation to the where the quake hit in Jersey.
Nah.
Oh my God, dude. So Jen and I went to meet our friend's baby over the weekend, and their friends live in the town where the earthquake was, wherever in New Jersey. And they showed us the baby cam of the family in bed that morning. The baby is like skin on skin. Bro, it's out of control. It literally was like their dog was in the bed too. It looked like their house was going to collapse.
Crazy.
I know. Well, that's that 4.8.
Scary.
Dude. the baby starts fucking crying.
See, maybe just because I experienced a 7.2 in Tokyo.
True.
So like these little, like the meme that I made says Japanese earthquakes are better, bro.
Yeah.
I actually prefer Japanese earthquakes.
Yeah, this was pussy shit compared to the 7.2.
Yeah,
How high does the Richter scale go? 9?
10?
Oh, 10.
I assume.
Wait,
I don't
10.
know.
Yeah. But
30,
yeah.
35. Shout out Mike Richter.
Yo, the goat.
That's before your time.
No. Stanley Cup champion Mike Richter. Shut the fuck up. To your point about the Banana Republic chinos, which are fantastic.
What'd you call me?
Shut the fuck up. There's a lot of great vintage BR right now at Chickies.
Yeah.
Because I know when you and I go, it's funny, we're never competing for the same stuff. Not that we would, right? I'm like, well, you don't like you. I mean, you respect Ralph and Armani, but that's me. And then you're all like Banana Republic, some great fucking Jazz Fest type tees.
What are you talking about, bro?
In terms
one
of
piece of vintage BR.
Really?
And I ain't talking Bleacher Report.
That's crazy because I'm pretty sure you also did SpawnCon on behalf of BR, and you're a big
Yeah,
BR guy.
and I was given that jacket, and
You're the dictator of the Banana Republic.
If you remember, I couldn't fit it in my suitcase on the way home because I picked up other shit while we were in, where were we, the UK? Yeah, we were in the UK.
Yeah,
we were in, like, Manchester.
I took a picture of you in Manchester.
Yeah, and then I just left it on a bench, this $500 suede jacket, because I was like, I can't fit this, and I don't necessarily want it.
Damn. So you renounce your leadership of the Banana Republic.
Yeah, you can have it.
What does that term mean? Is it like a fake? It's like a pejorative for a fake government.
It's like the so I forget what country exactly, but it's like it's Dole or Chiquita.
Okay.
Like was exploiting some country and basically ran that shit with like corruption.
Mhm.
And it's when I guess in this case or most cases the American government installs like a prop government that it's just a puppet government.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. You learn something.
That's
new
like
every day.
run by business and American business.
This is a history
what are
podcast.
Okay. What are you saying that what are you trying to talk about me again?
No,
How much Banana Republic do I own?
When I was shopping at Chickies, like you said, when I made my run, I was thinking about like, okay, what am I looking for? And then, I know James is going to come through and do his little pilgrimage that you do every season. And I was like seeing some James Johns in there, or what I thought were James Johns.
What do you see?
Again, some good
Tell me what I like, Lawrence.
I also saw some like really nice. There was a beautiful Yoji Wise for Men. Like you have that beautiful overcoat. There's a really great knit that was like a super loose gauge blue like sweater that you could go straight on nips, and it just made my tits pop a little too much. I'm like, that would look good on my work husband's very strong, defined, toned chest.
No, it's not defined and toned just yet. I'm working on it though. Me and Corey are working on it. I will say I was shocked at how many push-ups I did at the Mountain Dew photo shoot.
Oh, we could say
Remember?
that. Oh, wait.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Wait.
No, because tomorrow. Well, no,
Whatever.
Whatever. You did 10.
I did like 25 and I could have kept going.
How many do you think you could bang out? Let's do it right now.
On this table?
You want to do it?
I think I could do 30. No.
30 in a row?
I think I could do 30.
I wonder if I could do 30 in a row. So you could probably do more. How are you going like close, wide? What were you kind of
just regular?
Yeah.
And not out. Like you got to go 45 degrees.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not like maybe like fist. Like if you put your fist on the ground, I can't go full chest to ground. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Can you do knuckles? You see, Bronson likes to do knuckles.
I don't know. That's not harder necessarily. It's just to save your wrists. Like it's better to go like this. It's easier to go like this than like this.
But it looks cooler.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got to go to Chickies and I got to be like, oh, that's a Larry John. That's a Jimmy John.
Well, first of all, it wasn't like, why do you say it like that? I was like, oh, my boy's gonna love this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What were like I think last year when I went and I got these pants, there were like some shorts that I tried on that were like, oh, these are fucking stupid. And then you bought them like the next day.
Yeah, and honestly, your timing didn't work out because when I was there, it wasn't, there's no shorts out necessarily just yet. So hopefully, they were like pleated Ralph shorts, I believe.
They're like Gurkhas or something. They're like Gurkha
they're
shorts.
like green Ralph Gurkhas, dude.
Ray Gallagher bought them. No,
I got the
tried them on.
twerking.
I tried them on and then Gallagher tried them on and we both passed and then you picked them up. That's what it was.
I got the Gurks twerking.
Yeah.
For sure. A gherkin is what, a little pickle?
Triple, sloppy triples.
What, like triple pleat?
No, you got them like instead of sloppy seconds, like you were the third person to try them on.
Listen, dude, I feel like I look great in that stuff. What
One
can I
man's
say?
past, another man's.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out John. Shout out Chickies. Always a great fucking hang.
I know.
And just
remember,
a beautiful
if you go in
curated
there,
shopping experience.
If you go in there because of us, make sure you say you came in because of us because we love hearing it from them that, they get a lot of visitors from the pod.
A lot of foot traffic
Continuing
from the Throw
on,
gang.
Throwing Fits Summer 23 shirt.
Yeah.
What?
No, I was thinking about they came out last summer. Yeah.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
I did have to tell you how an eclipse works.
No, you. No, you were just like, yo, if we're potting, because we're gonna go and look at it, but it's gonna be happening right now-ish, and it will get dark in here. But I thought,
you're like, wait, no, it'll be fine. Like totality's at 325. I'm like, yeah, but it will get dark. It's not like a light switch.
No, I kind of thought that it would be cool if you do pay to watch, you could like watch the eclipse happen in real time via the podcast.
Right.
But we have a light just in case, I guess. I don't know, whatever. That's what literally the ring light is what an eclipse. That's all that is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking ring.
Ring light in the sky.
I mean, I haven't been like eclipse pilled. Like
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about
we
it.
are.
We're gonna talk about it. We gotta get
well, now that we've established that I do know what an eclipse is.
Well,
total eclipse
now you
of
know.
the heart.
Now you know.
Good outro music. Total eclipse of the heart.
Finding Eclipse.
Got it. Cool, dude.
Push a T.
You don't think the
mouse.
outro music should be total eclipse of the heart?
Sure.
We've done grinding before, I would imagine.
Probably. Okay, Throwing Fit shirt. Exciting news. We have more shirts coming soon.
Plural.
Right? What can we say about these shirts? I guess there's more than one of them.
I think everyone that has a summer shirt from 2023, as James deftly pointed out, was the year that it was released. You can attest to the fact that it's just the best feeling, best fitting, short sleeve button up that you can get at this price point. And now we got more coming.
I'm not going to say that we're like
running it back within new colors and patterns.
I'm not going to say that we're like the most technical designers or that we know what the fuck we're doing, but I think we can say that we both know what we like and know what hasn't really been out there yet. And I think that the short sleeve, easy breezy, beautiful button up was always kind of something that was like, you always looked a little Dwight Schrute or a little fucking pedo-y, right? It was always kind of like on that spectrum.
Yeah.
I think the fit that we put together through a few samples and a few trials last year.
A few errors as well.
Yeah, so I think anyone that has it can attest to it. And yeah, I'm just excited to get the next few out in the world.
Yeah,
That's all we can really say.
This might be the product that I feel like we've gotten of in terms of merch and private label cut. And so this has been the one I think that was the best received.
Ooh, it's getting a little dark.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Or is that just like maybe like a little overcast cloud? Yeah.
I don't know.
Hard to say. Anyway, more shirts coming.
right.
Keep it fucking locked, baby.
Yep. The hat is from, what does it say?
Antique Arrow.
From Fantasy Explosion, Bottega, maiden name, Phil Panza.
Wait, is that like a model plane guy hat?
I think it's just like a graphic.
Okay.
Antique Airlines or something.
Yeah, because that's the airline I'm trying to fly, which is every Boeing, an antique airplane.
I don't know if you can really be one to be making fun of hats right now, buddy.
What are you talking about? I support big fucking oil, dude.
Sick. Is that stolen from Luther?
No. This was from, I got this from a homie on IG. It was like, yo, you love your big gas hats, literally and figuratively. Here's one for you.
I'm not saying you're mean to me, Lawrence, but you're skewing a little mean right now. Let me just finish the fit check real quick. Pepsi, Greenpoint's Finest. Oh, and the Eclipse sunglasses are by Lunt Solar Systems.
So instead of being mean, let me share a very beautiful moment that we had. We went out with the MF Pen Boys and Chris Green on Saturday night for dinner, which turned into a little bit of more of a birthday thing than I would have liked, but it was just like a hang.
And we had to.
And we had a nice moment where we were talking. I don't know if you remember this because you were quite toasty, but
thanks, Lawrence.
You go, yo, for the
very necessary to point out that detail.
You were like, for the Eclipse on Monday, I got his glasses, and I was like, I got his glasses too, and it was actually sweet. And you did this to me, and then I went back to you and I did this, and you're like, oh, too much.
Yeah, that is too much.
But we both got glasses to almost like surprise each other for the Eclipse. But now my neighbors just have mine.
Yeah, mine is that the I couldn't find a 1-pack or a 2-pack.
Honestly,
so I bought 5.
This is a true total eclipse of the heart.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
We're gonna talk about crime and its godforsaken city in a little bit. But
my boy
homie,
got
the homie DJ White Privilege bought a bunch of these Eclipse sunglasses for his employees.
Oh, what a guy!
Right, and he caught the delivery driver like delivering a few packages at the business, and then dumping off the box, taking a photo of it so it looks like it's delivered. And then taking the box and putting it back in the van.
Scoundrel.
And running off with them.
He ran off with the fucking Eclipse glasses?
With the Eclipse pack. Because I really, like, these are probably the most in-demand genre right now.
Absolutely.
Like, if I wanted to, if I had the fucking hustle DNA in me, I could run out and sell, the extra 3 for like $20 a piece or something.
Shout out
which is what
Kendrick Lamar.
the whole 5-pack
DNA.
cost.
Yeah. These a lot of people that I were talking to were like scrambling to get that delivery to have them by today, and by Friday you were shit out of luck. You could get them for $20.44, on Tuesday, but like you missed the boat.
But I think that I was like laughing, and that sucks for like the people that can't get them. But I was like, yo, like you gotta respect that hustle.
I also respect someone that's like fucking just, what do you look at the sun for 2 seconds? Big fucking deal.
You gotta respect the finesse. No, because what I learned is that because it's dark out, your pupils don't like constrict, and so they stay open, and so the UV rays get deeper into that eye bussy and like penetrate you harder.
Fuck you up.
So they get like they're like searing your brain.
You can get permanent damage.
Apparently.
I mean, listen, this will come out after the eclipse, so I hope you guys just did whatever feels right.
If we see a huge downtick in the people that pay for the video, we'll know that a lot of people
they're blind.
just blinded themselves during the eclipse.
Blinded by the light.
All right, so Lawrence, I want to know: do you fuck with the eclipse? Are you caught up in Eclipse Mania?
No, I.
You say this, but like you're like, oh, I bought sunglasses for us, and you're like, yo, we got to finish by 325 max coverage, bro, totality.
Okay. So to be clear, because Warby, courtesy of Jenna, she just like brought them home because they're doing big giveaways at the stores, and she was a part of a lot of content that they were doing to promote this. I don't know if giveaway is the right term. Again, the window has closed, so I guess I can kind of talk about it a little bit loose. I'm not trying to put words in Mr. Parker's mouth over here, but yeah, they weren't bought. They were just at the crib because she had them at.
So you didn't buy sunglasses for us.
I didn't buy them, but I had them ready to bring them here.
To
Yeah. And now they're just with my neighbors. Okay. Once we determined that you had 5-pack here, 5-piece. No, but I get why it's like it's a communal moment that everyone, at least in New York, because we're getting 90% coverage, is like kind of like participating.
Wow, you really know your stats. At what time? 3:25 p.m.
3:25. Well, look, because I want to be prepared. And also,
what's the cloud coverage today? 40 to 60%, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. You also did some research?
Yeah, because I got a little swept up in it. I'm not going to pretend like I'm too cool. I'm too cool for the fucking solar school.
I'm not trying to say I'm too cool. I just feel like peer pressured in like.
Well, this is you with all holidays. This is you with all holidays. This is you with all hoopla. You're not a hoopla guy.
No, but I don't know. Sometimes I get caught up in stuff. Sports, I get caught up.
Yeah.
But like,
the Red Sox are playing. Oh my god!
Like my thing is, if you told me, okay, if you were like, this is the last time, feasibly, realistically, in your lifetime, then I get it. But like, this is happening in 20 years. I will be alive, mark my words, in 20 years ish.
I don't know.
Yeah, come on, dude. Don't fucking wish that upon me.
I'm not wishing it upon you. I'm just, I'm doing my own analysis of the lifestyle. I had a little. There's this long article.
I'm not saying you're a nerd if you care about it. To be clear, I just don't care as much.
There's a long article in the New Yorker about solar storms and how like if there's a solar storm, which is happens when like a fucking explosion happens on the sun,
a flare,
right? and it fucking, it's interesting because it completely fucks all GPS, like all, the magnetism, the polarity, blah 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 blah. But it completely fucks all GPS, which is like so entrenched in modern technology that like shit would go haywire.
Yeah.
When the big one hits, and there was a big one, in like the 20s when just all radio just kind of like stopped. All radio waves were just like disrupted. Yeah. So then I started watching just like 4K YouTube videos of just like solar flare activity, and shit is crazy.
Wait, like actual footage or like renderings?
Actual footage.
Yeah. It is a giant ball of fire in the sky.
Yeah, it is like 1 billion nuclear missiles going off all once. But yeah, so I got caught up. At first I was like, whatever. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be cool like this guy and not care.
Again, it's not about being too cool for school. I just don't like it will happen again.
And then I was like, yo, this is actually pretty sick.
Have you seen any cool conspiracy theories in terms of like the earthquake and now the eclipse, and like should we be prepared for any type of
Here's what I'm prepared for.
Situation.
Literally everybody posting this shit on their IG story.
But how? You put your phone through the lens?
No, you just point your phone at the sun and click.
But you can't look at it, so you're just taking it blind, like our Fitpick on the roof.
Also, you're allowed to. You can look at the sun on your phone.
Oh, so then why do you even need these?
To actually see it. You want to see it on your phone?
I see everything else through my phone.
If you want to, you could just like position your phone like this so it's pointing at the sun, and just see it happen on your.
So this is
phone.
going to be like in New York when there's like an ill fucking sunset.
Exactly.
Everyone is posting the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just literally it's a fucking ring light, dude. But it's God's ring. Wait,
Yeah.
is the sun God's ring light?
We made that joke in the intro. I don't know if you're listening or not, but yeah,
No,
pretty
not
much.
God's ring light. We just said the solar eclipse looks just like a ring light.
It's God's brown ring light. It's God's brown ring.
It's God's brown hole, dude.
Okay, so not an eclipse guy.
Okay,
Noted.
boom. Super topical topic.
I know.
Checked off.
Here's something that I know you're not a fan of. This was incredible. So last week, what was it? Tuesday night, Monday night? When was it?
I think it was a Wednesday.
Wednesday night. It was like super rainy. Oh my God, bro. That weather. Yo, something's going on with the world.
Yeah, I think it's called global warming.
Yeah. Thanks. We go to a Madewell dinner to celebrate the Aaron Levine. What was that? Was that a capsule collection? Whatever.
No, it was
to celebrate the boy, right?
It was the campaign, and it was Aaron, it was Pesco, it was Wolf, it was Isaac, it was Denny, it was Joe Kenneth, and then another guy. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name, but I did not meet that gentleman.
Okay.
It's a campaign for spring, summer 24.
And it was at Amelia Bellato's, and I was like, look, I think you put it correctly. Like, somebody was like, oh, yo, you going? And you're like, yeah, I think me and James are going to come for a meeting. Like, wait, James is going? And you're like, well, I think it really helps that it's at a fire restaurant. I'm like, yeah.
And what's cool about it, having an event in the back room at Emilio Bellato's, is that, like, I guess, and this was what was told to me because I'm not, a gourmand, but I guess that's a big TikTok kind of like, I know it's an institution, but it has become blown up where now, like, there's always a line.
Yep.
So I don't know about you. I'm not the kind of guy that would wait in line for Italian food, even though it was spectacular. So I was happy to go and experience a meal there without having to go through the rigmarole of waiting in line.
Until you sat down next to your seatmate. And so it was a huge, like, U-shaped table. Mm-hmm. You were kind of like on the backside. So you couldn't just get up and like walk to the bathroom. Like, I was on the inside of the U.
Perfect.
So I could just like get up and like go to the bathroom or get up and like stretch my legs or go say what up to other people. We were sitting kind of like diagonally across from each other, and near Aaron, near Alyssa, near Isaac, near Amrit.
Yep.
And and I
would love to hear your perspective. And
I had dinner and a show, and let me tell you, I want to go on Letterboxd and give this motherfucker 5 stars because this shit was good. All right, so not trying to be mean. Don't fucking come after me because you're a Larry meat rider, but having dinner with you, and this is objective. You are a loud diner, right? You literally were hushed at a bar. Mm-hmm. I think multiple people, when we did that clip, like Jenna talked about how like some people from like a few tables over at a bar, restaurant, grill in Texas.
When I was with, it was in New York, and it was with my in-laws, and
I think I've been
extremely
at
embarrassing.
3 dinners where you've been asked to quiet down.
NCB also chimed in about you famously asking to move your desk to be farther away from me because I was too loud when we worked that complex in the bullpen.
Yes, that was the correct move.
No,
and
honestly,
my productivity shot up 400%.
But I will say I really appreciated his comment because he got a detail wrong. He said too loud on the phone, and I was like, okay.
No. I'm
happy that that's on the public record because it was just too loud generally.
You're too loud to
talk. When am I on the phone?
You're too loud talking to the person next to you.
Sell. This is complex media where culture pops.
John's.
Yeah.
Shirts, pants. No, literally too loud speaking to the person next to you. Yeah. Okay. So, I've been at dinners and I've talked about like, how you're just so excited to be there, right? You're so excited to be with your friends. You're so excited to be talking to this person that you'll start like moving in and like boxing this person out. You are a black hole of consumption when it comes to meat, vegetables, victuals, and, fine wines. And that's just what it is. That's just how you are at a restaurant. Is that fair to say?
Maybe it's exaggerated to some degree, but I'm not.
It's not exaggerated. It's not exaggerated. Okay, so the person sitting next to you was basically if all these characteristics of you like took performance enhancing drugs,
were turned up to 11 worth of Spinal Tap,
and I could see you being so fucking miserable, and I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad, but it was also incredible to watch you get the exact treatment that I feel like I have to sit through when most of the times when I'm having dinner with you in like a group setting.
Exact.
Not exact. But relative. Like if you're at an 11 and this guy was at a 14 and I'm at like a 8 and you're at an 11, that's kind of like similar ratio. So this guy. It was a pretty crowded space.
Yep.
This guy was hammered. right? I think I counted him getting like 7 martinis. And it's funny, like you go to these dinners, you go to these events, and there's some people that are there to fucking party.
Yep.
And there's some people that are like, oh, this is work. I get to catch up with some colleagues and friends, have a glass of wine or 2 or 3. But okay, afterwards I'm going home. Other people, like, they're there to really leverage the situation, really consume, imbibe, drown their I don't know what's. And this guy belonged to the latter. You and I were like well behaved that night.
Oh, 100%. Everyone was well behaved.
Everyone was well behaved except for this guy. So this guy, I'm like, he's like 2 over from me and across. So I'm not even like necessarily in his shit.
Nope.
But I'm like, yo, this is something's happening over here. This guy's just a fucking. He's not a black hole, but like the center of. He's the life of the party.
Speaking of solar events, like how on Jupiter there's that perpetual storm.
Yeah.
I was literally in the big red spot. In the back room of Emilio Belato's.
You're fucking Mark Wahlberg in The Perfect Storm. All right.
This is the worst dining experience of my entire life.
So this guy, it's family style. There's so many pastas. There's so many veal parmesans. There's so much like chicken piccata, fucking
rigatoni,
antipasti, bolognese, everything.
Salads.
And like
delicious food.
Really good. Really fire. And it was clear that like this is like an endless fucking feast of, just fine
of the senses,
fine victuals, as I said. This guy was like clamoring for more food constantly, and it's like, bro, he's like, oh, they have rigatoni. Can we get the rigatoni? And it's like, dude, relax. Like everyone's gonna get the food. I think he did the thing where when he got served a martini, he ordered another martini because the person was there, and he knew that he was going to have that martini done by the time this next martini came. This guy must have put down like 6 or 7 teenies. I swear to God. In like just out of the corner of my eye, I was just seeing fucking martini glasses being handed to him over and over and over. And to kick off kind of like the Larry comparisons, we talked about how you are you're like fucking like the ex Valdez, right? When it comes to spilling. This motherfucker knocked over an entire martini all over your phone and your lap.
And yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's when I first started.
Completely swatted an entire dirty martini all over me.
Right. So that's like Larry experience number 1, like being spilled on.
Yep.
Right. That's fair to say.
Yep.
Next up, and again, I'm describing what happened to you. Next up, he was very gesticulatory and very much just unaware of his like spatial surroundings and had no sense of like spatial self-awareness.
Yeah, I'm not.
So he's all up in your shit.
I'm not a claustrophobic person, but a thing that I hate is a term that I use where if I feel jammed up, the entire dinner, I was like this, jammed up between the red spot and fucking Alyssa, dude. I was so uncomfortable. I don't know how visibly frustrated I looked, but
pretty visible.
And then in terms of like how we were seated, there was like entrees for like these people and even starters for these people and these people. And I got nothing.
Yeah. This man was not, again, I think it's like a complete lack of...
No prosciutto left unturned.
A complete lack of awareness of people around him where it's like, yo, bro, this platter of like veal is been pre-sliced and is meant to be shared by everybody.
Yep.
I saw him fucking hacking away at the bone and like just... He did the Garfield thing where he like cut a slice and then put the whole plate on his shit. It's like, oh, here you go. So he was all up in your shit, which is a move that, again, I say, I've had to be like, yo, Larry, like when we're standing in a group, I'm like, yo, like step back.
There's also
I'm feeling boxed out, bro.
where he was reminiscing with Alyssa about some memory from years gone by in her fashionista era, and they're cross talking, and that's 5 minutes that's as bad as it gets.
That's again just like.
I even tried to but I my back was I couldn't even do that. I mean, I think we made the Homer Simpson joke a couple afters ago, but I couldn't even do that because I was just next to my back's at the wall,
like a heating pipe.
Oh, don't put Larry in a corner. I'm being screamed at,
bro. Yeah,
I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. It was just.
And I'm dying laughing because I see on your face the expression that I know that I had, the sourpuss face that I must have at times when I'm have to not put up, but when I'm in a dinner and I'm just like, oh, here goes Larry spilling, screaming, eating all the food, getting up in people's shit, and obviously as my friend, I put up with it or I know what to expect. This guy hit you like the fucking blindside. He blindsided you, bro. You had no idea what was coming. You didn't prepare. You didn't bar the windows. You didn't prepare. You didn't
no
tape the
hatches
glass.
were battened down.
You didn't tape the glass. You weren't prepared for this hurricane whatsoever. And it was wild to see. Me and this other guy that I befriended were like dying laughing at this.
I don't want to obviously say too much because, like, I'm sure this guy is a wonderful gentleman.
Probably
under. I'm just trying to be nice. Okay. Under different circumstances, the absolute most fucking delicious part of this whole story is that we're not going to name him, but we basically just described what would be considered Bizarro Larry. So why don't you just use your imaginations at home about what his name was? And that is the correct answer. And it was just, honestly, dude, it makes me believe in, like, I think you go too hard on me sometimes. Some people agree, some people don't. It makes me think that you got to be right because, dude, karma fucking is a bitch, dude.
Do you have, after experiencing that, and whether you believe me or not, or whatever to a certain degree, like if I say that is like a similar experience to like what, times that I have to go through, do you now have any empathy for when you are going full Turbo Larry
Hurricane
at dinner?
Lawrence?
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever been this bad ever. So with that said, I think
on an accumulative level, no, but relative to like the people around you, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think I've ever been Bizarro level bad, but
yeah, but there's the screaming, there's the spilling, there's the conversation hogging. So I'm saying, like,
you don't understand. I got a martini shower, bro. It wasn't like a
what happened to me in Vegas?
Okay, that was like a drop of beer.
That was like it was a full beer on my pants.
That was like a third of a beer. That was like a third of a Budweiser. And I did feel terrible about that. Also, that was just me and you. It wasn't in front of the entire industry.
You're right. I didn't have to walk 2 miles down the strip with wet pants.
I did feel bad about that, as we addressed on pod. No, I couldn't believe it, and I guess it's given me a lot to think about because a dinner that otherwise would be like such a fucking highlight with great friends, as you said, delicious food in celebration of people we love and are proud of. And Aaron gave a great speech. There was no part of me that ultimately ended up being happy to be there because of my situation.
And that sucks.
So fucking bad, dude.
That sucks, but at the same time, like, it's like revealing to see when people are in like situations that they're not used to. And
well, I wasn't a dick. And guess what? I was never a dick. I didn't complain when I got the fucking martini shower. I just sat back in the cut, and it was truly a scary sight. And I just put on a fucking bitter beer face and just didn't say shit.
Your face was, you had a sourpuss sucking on lemons.
I was at Emilio Bellatos. They call that a fucking grimace, dude.
Yeah.
Full fucking grimace.
Your limoncello on the Visage.
The best too is that this was so entertaining to you. People have to understand. We have told this story since it's happened a few times. It's the most I've ever seen you laugh. It's not even just recounting it. Is you just remembering that this happened, and every time, even just now, for the 8th time, just dying laughing.
Could you see me laughing at your situation?
Yes, dude. It's laughing in my face, and I admit that it's. And again, like, I wish we could give more details, but why are we in the business now of protecting the guilty?
Taste of your own medicine, buddy.
Oh my God.
That's it.
And that shit was fucking, I needed
bitter pill.
I was going to say I needed more than a few spoonfuls of sugar for that bitterness to go down. Holy fucking shit.
Well, maybe if this guy hears this and thinks that he was acting a bit of a bozo, maybe he'll pull J.Cole and apologize to you publicly at his own festival, which, Lord. Yo, real hip hop? Yo, is that real hip hop, bro? Is that real hip hop to fucking bow down to the guy you're beefing with?
I mean, J. Cole could, if he only listened to Throwing Fits, he'll know that. And this happened to me when I criticized Miss Morale and the Big Steppers a bit for being, I don't know, Kendrick to me. While I do like Damn and some of the and Good Kid, Mad City, he can be insufferable, fucking Nobel laureate status or whatever aside. It's kind of a theater kid thing, and I've never respected J. Cole. So, like, all that aside, you can't criticize Kendrick Lamar. What are you doing, dude? And then you got to apologize. Oh, the whole thing is just.
I couldn't watch it.
Just like a nerd fight, dude.
I couldn't watch the 4-minute apology. I was just like, yo,
it's 4 minutes long.
It's 4 minutes long.
I read a transcription on Complex Instagram.
It was, but that wasn't even the full thing because it was 4 minutes long. And I don't know if it was like, yo, I'm sorry for like the transgender line, like, hiding a pussy under your chosen identity or whatever. Or if it was like, which not a bar. Or if it was kind of just like, yo, Kenny, like, please don't fucking come at me. I'm sorry that I, transgressed. I don't want no part of this.
The idea that J. Cole is like this, one of the big three or a goated living MC, like all I feel like I know him for, and I listen to 7 Minute Drill, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a J. Cole fan. So apologies to all the cold world citizens that listen to the show. But the whole thing is he's the guy that rapped about coming in his pants. Like this is the guy that is a lyrical miracle. Like the diss was, and even because the trans line is from not even the diss song. That's that's not even on 7 Minute Drill.
Oh shit!
I'm like, this is fucking pathetic. These are bars. You have better bars in your intro on an off day.
Yo, J. Cole once, it wasn't in the intro, but he used a eerily similar line to one of my tweets when I was tweeting about getting top.
Yeah, but I think it's just because it was like how like
Shorty Head so good put me to sleep like ZZ Top, and then that ended up in a song like a few years later.
It's like what you think you have a banger tweet, and then you search the tweet, and like 15 other people have made the same pun or joke. It's like not that.
Guess
it's like
what?
A great minds think alike thing.
You don't think I searched? You don't think it existed?
Oh, really?
Come on, bro.
You do search ahead of time. I do.
Well, if there's like a fairly obvious joke.
And it was so obvious that while no one else had tweeted it, J. Cole then rapped it.
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't like
I'm pretty sure.
Big Sean?
No, it was J. Cole. Because then someone like, whatever, bro.
Does J. Cole have do you know anything about J. Cole?
No, the only thing I know about J. Cole is really through like Twitter shit, and that it is
he's
like
a hooper.
Yeah, and he has like terrible fits, and I think like I don't know. I guess we did like JID, that pod, which I liked him. He was cool to actually hang out with.
Oh, he's on Dreamville. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Right.
But J. Cole, I feel like, is one of these rappers where I'm just like, I've never heard any of his music. All I know about him is through Twitter. And because it's Twitter, it's like all I know about him is the J. Cole slander, which even though I don't know anything about him, the slander on the day that he dropped that song, and then today or yesterday when he apologized, was like A1.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, it's
where
beautiful
it's like,
shit.
You don't know anything about this man or his music, but the memes are just you're just dying laughing. It was great day, great Twitter day. I put him on the Fitties for Bozo of the Year.
Oh, really?
And also for potential timeline takeover of the year.
Yeah, a lot of those timeline takeovers are, it's again, every day there's a main character on Twitter/X.com, and you don't want to be that person. He has been the main character for quite a bit, and he's not making it any better for himself. I saw a great take, and I'm not going to pretend this is mine, but this idea of people like criticizing the trans line or even the trash bars, someone said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, is that all these, like J. Cole has this reputation for being a conscious kind of like big brained barsman, which like would put him in the conversation with Kendrick. But J. Cole really just was like a dusty, broke dude. He never, like, if you actually like go back and like look at it, and there's obviously people that are huge fans of his music. He goes #1, he goes platinum with no features, but it's like, yeah, dude, if it's theater kid energy, Kendrick is the lead and you're the understudy, and I'm sorry, my friend, but you might have permanently damaged your legacy.
I know. I mean,
which is crazy to think about.
Look, if anything, I mean, glass half full. It's like, yo, the rapper that's entertained me the most this year, J. Cole. Like,
yeah, truly, right?
Like,
give the people what they want, I guess.
I probably spent more time consuming J. Cole slander than I did like the Future Metro Boomin tape. So,
yeah,
you know,
that is true.
He gives the people what they want. He gets the people going.
Yeah, I guess. Kendrick is one of those guys that I think the company line on TF is a little bit of like, well, it's begrudging respect.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
I was listening to Damn on the way here to be like, wait a second, was this a banger? And it's good, but I'm like, I don't play that in the whip.
Yeah, but if you're a white person, you can't tweet Kendrick disparagement. Otherwise, like that's pretty much racist at this point.
Yeah, sure.
And yo, his verse on Fucking Problems, goated.
Oh, that's the best verse on that.
I know you want did. I'm Kendrick Lamar.
AK, a Benz is to me just a car. Also, to be clear, the verses, that's such a fun afters YouTube rewatch, because Drake's verses, well, first of all, he was right about the long dick. We know that. Like, Drake's dick is long. So that, but it's funny to go back and look at the fits and the verses.
Yo, Drake's dick is like called the Tusk bar.
Yo, that's a very funny rewatch, because Kendrick, the chorus is great. Shout out fucking Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz. The Kendrick verse is great. But yeah, it's funny to see like all the fits, which are garbage, and then to hear just pretty terrible verses from Drake and Rocky, even if Drake was saying no lies.
I like the Rocky verse. I don't know. I like the whole song.
No, it's a great song. It's just goofy to then watch the video.
Okay.
That's my point. It's not aged well, I guess is what I'm saying. The video.
Sure. It was a very moment in time, but styled by Matthew Henson. I think probably the first time Rocky was introduced to Andy Mule Meester.
Wow. You learn something new every day. Again, a history podcast.
Yeah, Larry, just fucking real hip hop head
It
shit.
is getting dark in here, dude.
I know. Yo, I want to talk about some fucked up shit that happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just keeping it. I'm on Eclipse watch.
Okay. I want to talk about some fucked up shit that happened to me. I don't know what's happened to this city, bro. It's gone to fucking hell in a handbasket. It might be high time I get a fucking gun.
Which you can't really do in New York.
These goddamn migrant workers coming in here and just crime through the roof. You know, just fucking, the subways are a mess. The cops are, what are the cops doing? Why don't we get some more fucking cops out here?
More cops.
I mean, again, just the crime is like every day now. I can't go out after 10 p.m. This is fucking bullshit, bro. I'm not gonna bring children into this world. So what happened was,
can I just say too, like, and your whole screed will make sense. So I come over today, as I'm wont to do, and I go to take my shoes off, and I'm like, wait,
out in the hallway,
because I'm polite, and it's the rules, and we don't make the rules, we just enforce them here. And I'm like, where's James's shoe rack? Oh, maybe he's got a whole new project in the works. Another kind of, DIY spruce up situation. Because the giant shoe rack and all of the shoes that populated are nowhere to be found. And I walk in to see a extremely light shoe rack missing a lot of shoes that has now been relegated to indoors. And you said, right, hey, don't leave your Stofa slippies outside.
There's a thief on the loose.
There's me what happened.
Fucking thief on the loose stealing my shit. My shit. Mine. I got it for free.
So give me the whole fucking timeline here.
I have the Yamazaki really shitty wobbly shoe rack that everybody else has, right? It fits approximately 15 pairs of shoes. And then I have a few on the side. I have 18 pairs of shoes. It's too much. Yep. It's way too much. And this is even the main fucking closet,
but
right?
aren't these like your daily drivers?
These are the ones that I wear like all the time, or I just like throw on, when I'm going out, running an errand, whatever.
The rack is the rotation.
Pretty much. Although there have been some snoozers that are just sitting there, whatever. So over the weekend, and it always sits outside. Over the weekend, I like kind of noticed, I was like, wait a second, where am I? Oh, you know what? There were some Humaras that were like, I hadn't worn in a minute, but they were like on the ground as if they like spilled over. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I pick them up and I put them back in. And I'm like, wait a second. Where are the other Humaras? The fuck? And I'm like, wait, there's like a hole there. Because again, this thing is stacked all the time. Too many shoes. Like, too many shoes. I'm like, well, where the Reeboks at? The Reebok ASAP Nast collab that I loved like 2 years ago that I still have. Haven't worn in 2 years. But I still have them there, because hope springs eternal.
Hope finds a way.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh, that sucks. Oh, and my Stussy Nike Air Penny 2s that I really love. Yeah. But I have worn them a lot. They are very cooked. It's not a very spring, summer shoe. Mm-hmm. And the Reeboks, again, I haven't worn in a while. So I'm like, fuck, that kind of sucks. Like, oh, I guess my shit got stolen. But like, okay, damn. Then
wait, that was just your reaction. Like, oh, okay.
Bro, it's just clothes, bro.
All right.
Then they crossed a fucking line. And this time it's personal because they ended up stealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 or 8 pairs. I think 8 pairs of shoes got stolen. And you know what really pissed me off?
Over multiple
thefts. So I don't know if it's the same guy. I don't know if it's like a schizophrenic neighbor. I don't know. And like, my friend's like, oh, yo, review the camera footage. I'm like, yo, I ain't no fucking snitch.
Oh, in terms of like the footage of who comes in and out of your building.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, what's that going to do?
I guess you would see the person leaving with the sneakers, right?
Let me ask you this, white man. Let's say that you get some used sneakers stolen from you. Are you going to like ask to see the footage and like, what are you going to do? Call the cops? If you see a guy, if you see an undocumented worker who's just trying to make a fucking dollar in this world to send back to his family in Venezuela, what are you going to do? You're going to call the fucking cops and ruin this person's life?
No, I don't think we need more cops like you just said on record. I will say that theft is so personal and feels like such an invasion of privacy, even though I have never been robbed, which is crazy because I have so much love and respect for you. But the amount of times that you have been mugged or attempted mugged or held at ransom or now straight up fucking pilfered is way more than the average person.
I'm just too outside.
Is that what you think it is? Not that you just like look like a mark?
No, I think it's also just being in New York for my entire life.
Yeah,
versus
that's
like
definitely it.
10 years you moved
Wait,
here.
so
whatever.
you don't even want to? Because what happens if it's like a fucking bad actor, like kid or something? Like you're just saying migrant worker.
It's
like,
not like
it's not
it's a bad actor kid. What are you talking about?
Like who's that kid? Who's that like little menace kid that's always in like the reels now? That New Yorker kid who sucks.
Peter Parker?
No, is that his?
No, but he's like, yo, this should be the next Spider-Man. I don't know, bro. What am I gonna do?
We should get that kid on the pod. I was gonna say he sucks, but actually he rocks.
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
But he's a menace.
Yo, this guy stole my used sneakers that I wasn't wearing.
But you don't want to know.
Let me finish though. Let me finish.
Okay.
I don't. What's that gonna do? What is that gonna do?
Peace of mind to know who's the culprit.
And then what? Throw them in jail?
No, you don't
That's
have to.
Fucked up.
You
Lawrence.
don't have to act on it. I would just want to know.
Why would I need to know? Are you scared? Are you scared of the DoorDash guy?
You think it's a DoorDash guy?
Well, it's somebody that it's a delivery person. I would have to imagine. I don't think it's someone that came in here and like was like, oh, let me pilfer what's in the hallways of this building.
Did the thievery happen over the course of multiple days?
Yes.
Like, okay.
So when it started to really piss me off, and when I finally took action, aka moved the rack inside, was when they took. All right, I kind of got the inventory of what was taken.
Dude,
here's what was taken.
They took so much shit, guys.
All right.
Shoe rack was decimated.
Two pairs of Air Humaras. That sucks. And I did put in a bid for the if anyone at Nike's listening and they want to hit me with some Air Humaras, Edgar, Matt,
send him the
AO.
Bodie Astro Glides.
Yeah. 2 pairs of Kiko A6 Novalises, and
tough.
that sucks because I wear those every other
The
day.
burgundies and the pee-pee poo-poos?
The pee-pee poo-poos
Damn.
especially.
Weren't the pee-pee poo-poos like really good and ready to go for the spring too?
Yes.
Fuck.
The pair of Reeboks I mentioned, whatever. A pair of A6 1130s.
Okay.
Which I wore to death all last summer.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, they didn't take the new 1030 USB SC X123s or whatever, because those are going to be my these purple ones here.
Yeah.
Stussy Nike Air Pennies, and also like I think that definitely another pair or two that I can't remember.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, you know what? Like,
If you can't remember.
this is kind of, they did me a favor. Like, they purged my rotation a little bit. You know, I always feel sentimentally handcuffed where like I can't get rid of shit. What's really funny
Is what they left.
They didn't take a single pair of the 3 Oakley
Chop saw mules or sneakers.
and these rubber slides. They left the Jound A6, which are like probably the most expensive ones, although they are very cooked.
Yes. And they have bird shit on them, I believe.
No, just some orange juice. They didn't take the Throwing Fits Clarks, and they didn't take the Solomon XT6s, or I don't know what those are actually. ACS Pro Advanced, which also I haven't worn in like 2 years.
Oh, not to racially profile, but the Solomons and the Oakleys were left. And the Nikes were stolen, and the Reebok and the Asics. So it's almost like I don't know if I could racially profile this thief, but I feel like I have an idea.
You are going to call the police, aren't you? On my behalf.
No, I'm not saying I would take. To be clear,
When I said there's a thief on there, you go, wait, what? 911, hello?
no, because I
know there's an eclipse happening, but this is an emergency.
I'm not trying to be a pearl clutching Karen, and your bit was very funny, and
bullshit, bro.
you nailed it. But it's not that I want to take any action. I just would want to. I don't know, dude. It just feels it's so personal.
There's nothing you can do. Like, what am I going to do? What is knowing,
Again,
what is getting blurry footage of a guy walking out with mad sneakers going to do for you? Right?
I don't know.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get
just to know.
I'm going to get a gun. I'm going to say there's going to be a sign on my door that says, warning, gun owner.
Beware of gun.
Beware of gun, which is, probably illegal in New York, but make it happen.
I don't think you can really do that here.
Yeah, it fucking sucks because now these disgusting sneakers are in my home.
Yeah.
That's the biggest bummer. Although, again, helpful with the purge. Really, the Novalises and the Humaras were like the shit. And I don't know what else is missing. They did leave some like playground, like Michael.
Oh yeah, they
boots.
don't want those.
I know. I'm like, yo, thank God they only stole like the GR sneakers.
How are those? Yeah, I guess
Novalis GR,
some of those collabs
Humaras
are. Yeah, but the pennies are collab.
Those are cooked though. I need to get rid of those.
The A6 are collab. Yeah, it is. It is crazy to see what was taken and what was left. The worst part, if I'm you, that would be very offensive.
Is that now I got to log on to StockX.com and buy sneakers there?
That's a personal choice. Is that you? I feel like of anyone in this neighborhood, because you and we were so blessed with getting so much free stuff, whether it's sneakers or Johns, you're always leaving free shit for the community. And the fact that someone in that community took it upon themselves to not wait for James to leave some stuff outside. They were like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur about it, and I'm going to help myself to this buffet of footwear.
Bro.
I
always try to give back. And like the joke is that it's like, yo, if you see a swaggy DoorDash dude wearing the sickest streetwear, you know that he just hit the Jimmy jackpot, right? Now it's like, yo, if you see some guy on a fucking e-bike in the Kiko Novalises.
Yeah. Part of me is like, you know what? If they really needed them, like you said, to get some scratch, or they just needed some new kicks for fucking Hot Boys spring and summer,
they might have done me. They might have done me a favor.
What's the one pair you wish you could have back?
The Novalises.
And are you just gonna buy those?
No, because they're like over 200 on StockX, which is I don't want to pay over $200 for a pair of sneakers.
I wonder if that guy was like Google image searching and seeing what shoes had the most value.
The Humaras, I put in a lowball bid on StockX for $75.
Nice.
Because those are a great spring summer shoe, even though they're a little chunkier than your typical like spring summer sneaker. I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm missing, to be honest. Like you had so much shit that I'm with you. It's like if you had so much stuff and you needed to purge, someone did it for you. And it's like, if you don't even remember what was out there, exactly. This guy did me a favor.
You can't miss anything.
This guy did me a favor, and now I'm going to buy a gun to feel like a big man. And watch out, world. Jimmy's got a gun.
Jimmy's got a gun. Yeah, crazy. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. It's just like, it just feels like such an invasion of privacy, truly.
Yeah, and what sucks is that the other thing is that, like, let's say I wanted to, like, report this to insurance. Insurance only covers what is inside on the walls. Oh, no. It's the walls and everything inside. Damn, so anything out there, technically up for grabs.
So moving forward, will there be a shoe rack outside ever again?
So I've been meaning to turn this little like foyer table into like shelving.
Your junk table? My
junk table, which is where you keep your cigarettes and hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not junk. Like I use all that shit.
No, I know. It's just crowded. That's all. So you're gonna clean up and you're gonna create a shoe rack like under the table?
Yeah, just like shelving. I think going all the way up. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, that's damn, dude. Especially since
New York City.
Yo,
I want a handbasket.
Yo, the timing couldn't be better because imagine happened to a guest while we're recording and they go to leave and they have no shoes. And now we're moving to an office.
I was thinking that where it's like really like, yo, bring your shoes inside.
Yeah,
and
but
there have been people like they're like, really? I can leave my shoes inside? I'm like, yeah, it's a safe neighborhood.
Yeah.
Little do they know, New York is fucking gone to shit.
You guys have heard all the fit checks. People wear their finest to be on the only podcast that matters. And damn, a guest just having to leave in socks because their shoes got stolen because they were recording with us for 2 hours. That would be embarrassing. But luckily, we won't have that problem at the new office. Which, by the way, shoes on, right? I'm imagining.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I have a shoe-related query for you.
Let's go, baby.
So, okay, real quick. This week's guest is Laura Riley.
Oh, yeah.
The founder of Magazine. A newsletter, like one of the most popping newsletters, and
24,000 subscribers.
I think, about that.
Well, I subscribed today.
Oh, nice.
So,
and she has some exciting things in the works, which we get into on the episode. But you might want to stick around because we weren't sure if it was going to come up or not, and it did.
It was up to you guys. I was not involved.
Long-time listeners of the show may recall that back in September when we had an event, I went up to this guest of the event, was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I love what you do." And she's like, "Yeah, we dated." And I was like, "Holy fuck, God damn it, fucking kill me!"
Absolutely brutal, more brutal than getting robbed.
Jaw on the fucking floor. Let me tell you,
like it made you like have a real self reflection because you were legitimately shocked and appalled at yourself.
I need to go to therapy.
So honestly, the best thing that ever happened to you.
Sure, and yeah, so it was Laura, and we talk about it, and it's all good now. It's all love. We were like dying laughing about it. Yeah. She didn't remember that we went to an Action Bronson concert together.
Really good.
I found the Instagram photo that I took and posted from there back when you posted stuff from your life.
What year was this?
2015.
Wow.
It was Action Bronson holding a 56-inch LED TV over his head and throwing it to the crowd. It's when he used to throw like Pat LaFrida steaks into the crowd.
Yeah, or like bench press a woman, I think you say on the pod.
That's what I thought it was, but that was a different show. This was him shoulder pressing a 56-inch TV and then passing it to the crowd.
Yeah, Arnold
some lucky Terminal 5 visitor got to go home with a 56-inch LED TV that night.
With a gigantic television, dude. It's a better come up than whatever DoorDasher stole all your sneakers.
Yeah. But my what? Sorry, go ahead.
So for the Laura Riley pod, come for the
It comes
fucking
at the very end. It comes at the very end.
Yeah, I would say come for the fucking gems from a very tasteful member of the fair sex who is maybe one of, if not the most popular newsletter writer right now, at least in that women's shopping space, and then stay for the 4D fuckboy chess moves that come at the very end. She thought you were pulling a move. I've said too much already because you guys were. It was beautiful to see you guys hash that out.
It was real, like, I mean, obviously not rom-com because like it wasn't a meet cute, but it's like hilarious to see each other's perspectives of the same event, right? Where she's like, "Oh, I thought you were doing this." I was like, "No, I was just gobsmacked at how stupid I am."
Yeah, I just hated myself so badly that I signed up for therapy the next day.
My question for you, Lawrence, to bring it back to shoes and dating, right? We all know what hat fishing is, right?
Bald guys that wear hats on dates to appear not bald.
Which is crazy that you would wear a hat to a first or early date, in my opinion.
I think it depends on the kind of occasion. Like if we're just meeting up for drinks or like, no, you think you shouldn't wear a hat on a first date?
No,
I think you're not wrong, but I don't think it's that crazy if it was like we're just grabbing a drink at a dive bar or something. To just like meet, just see if we vibe.
No.
Okay.
I don't think you wear...
The hairline needs to be on full display.
I think shorts if it's hot out. We talked about this, right? I think if you're hanging out in the park and like doing a little picnic and it's like a summer day, like shorts, fine. We have had women on the pod saying never wear shorts on a first date. So maybe I'm wrong, honestly. But a hat on the first date is crazy to me.
Especially if you are like a balding guy and you're straight up doing it because you're trying to hatfish.
Look, I'm not here to kink shame.
Yeah.
If wearing a hat while fucking is your thing, more power to you, brother. Or sister, you know?
The rodeo hat stays on during sex.
The ironic truck hat stays
beep,
on.
Beep, the driver is here.
The ironic truck hat stays on during back shots.
I'm about to plow that shit like an 18-wheeler, honey.
Good. Thanks. I was just hoping I could finish mine before getting her to... We're missing the eclipse, by the way. It's happening right now.
No, we have 6 minutes.
Right? 3:25.
Oh.
It's over. See you in 20 years.
Wait, for real?
I mean, you want to step out and
let me see.
Take a look?
Yeah.
Open that shit. Larry, other way. Let me know what you see, brother. Oh, you're going outside? How is it?
It looks like we still have time.
Okay. Are you sure it's not past its prime? We think we missed it in service of y'all. You're welcome.
I don't know. You want to go? You want to go?
Sure.
Why don't you go see? Can I say where we're going with this since I already know? Is that okay?
Keep going with
hatfishing. I mean, I never hatfished. I mean, when I met my wife 13 years ago, I wasn't like crispy up top. I was pretty much the same that I am now, maybe a little stronger. And
you wore a hat on your first date?
No, I said I did not hatfish.
Of course not.
No, but okay, fair.
Of course you wouldn't. Look, I think wearing a hat is like, if you want to present yourself honestly on a first date, even if you're a hat guy, you don't wear a hat at home, right? You don't wear a hat to bed.
Right.
Do you? Do you wear a hat in the crib?
No.
Just on like random Zoom calls.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'll do it if I haven't done my hair because I have to do my hair. So like if it's all fucked up, I'll just throw a hat on. Yeah. A little something like that. A little spit shine. So you wanted to know about what?
Hat fishing, obviously thing. And look, and it's almost like now that, to get a little meta, it's like now that everyone knows hat fishing is a thing, it's like if you show up with a hat, it's like almost like
you perjured yourself.
Gives off a few like suspicious vibes already.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's like not a red flag, but like a beige flag,
a bald flag.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
My thing though that I want to ask about is height fishing, right? Where again, I think on a first date or early date to wear big old stomper boots. And add like 2-3 inches.
That's a lot
to your little Uzi vertical.
Yeah.
Which I certainly have boots that do that. And when I wear them, I feel like a big fucking man. I feel like I have a gun. I'm about to kill a sneaker. Your sneakers are your life. My sneakers are your life.
Yeah. What's the most you ever lost on a sneaker haul?
Call it Joe LaPuma O.
I know what you're saying because a lot of times if we're going to an event and the camions work with the rest of the fit I have going on, I'm like, yeah, I want to be taller in a room full of all these people.
Okay, so my question for you, is it unethical to wear big old boots on a first or early date to give off the impression that you are taller than you may normally be?
As a man with a short wife, I'm going to say it might depend on the height of the person you're going on a date with. Because if the person is short, then you're going to be taller, even if like we are lying by 2 to 3 inches. If the person is kind of in the gray zone or like even like above average in height and you're like doing it maliciously to like see.
Okay, here's what I'll say, right?
You have shoes that are 3 inches, that give you 3 inches.
I think so.
Damn. That's a lot. I don't think cameos
you do think 3 inches is a lot, you tiny dick motherfucker. I'm talking about my house a lot of stompers.
Those are pretty big.
Those are huge.
Because cameos are like 2 inches probably.
You tell me, brother. What I would say
Let's
is
see,
that
2 cameo.
eventually the other heel is going to drop.
Sure.
The other shoe is going to drop. That's the saying, right?
Yeah.
Where if you're dating intentionally, trying to find a long-term partner, the one, whatever, you're not just trying to fucking, plow cheeks and bounce. You're going to have to take off your shoes at some point.
Sure.
And nothing is more embarrassing or revealing than you're like this, you take off your shoes, and then you're like this, right? Like,
yeah.
And that's a moment where I think if like, that's a fucking like, yo, the jig is up, right? This is my height.
Yeah.
And so to do that early on,
but they're not lifts.
I don't think it's dishonest, but it's certainly on that side of the spectrum.
But it's
versus
misleading.
Like, it's misleading. You're obviously trying to present yourself in the best light possible. If that is like embellishing your physical properties, whether it's like hiding imperfections or what you consider to be imperfections, because bald is beautiful. Whether
short
it's like,
is also beautiful.
Yeah, but whether it's like like I've gone on dates where I wore the boots because it would be like a really rainy, shitty, wintry night out, and I'm like, fuck, like
this is not me.
Or it's
this is not the real me.
And if you're, let's say I'm wearing the 3-inch boots, right? And I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like 3 inches taller than the date.
Yeah.
Then that's like fucked up, isn't it? To then be, if things progress to the point where shoes come off, I'm just like, oh, here I am.
Do you care about
eye level to eye level?
Do you care about the height of the women you date?
No, I don't.
So then
I've dated women taller than me. I've dated a lot of women shorter than me.
Yeah. Mainly because you hadn't purchased the Eckhouse Lotta boots yet.
Not yet.
This guy was always wearing these boots, even in the house. It's so bizarre. Yeah. Just completely naked with giant fashion boots on.
Boots down, fucking sleigh bit or whatever. I don't know.
Is that a Beyonce thing?
Huh?
Is that what you're trying
to take a drag race? Boots down, slay the boots, slay the house with the boots down.
So a thing that Beyonce would have like stolen for her own music.
Probably. Sure. Yeah.
I think that, listen, if they were bigger, I think your max is 3. So that makes you like 6'1".
Yeah.
6 foot.
And it feels great to be tall. And like we talked about this. You wish you were skinnier. I wish I was taller.
Yeah.
But it feels great. But I just think that it's a little misleading to when you're meeting someone new for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's a potential person that you hope to, I don't know, spend a lot of time with.
Right.
You gotta be honest.
Yeah, but
with how you present yourself.
I guess if there's no malice in your heart, then I'm gonna say, like, if it was a shitty day and those are the boots that look great for the fit and you want to look your best and you're not factoring in the little added boost, and also a little boost, a little more confidence, you perform better on the date. You make that person endear yourself to that person with non-physical attributes because you feel good about yourself.
Maybe, yeah. That's
that
fair.
Might be a glass half full take.
That's fair, but if you really need to add 3 inches to
Eckhouse Lotta,
if you really need to add 3 inches to be your best self, like maybe work on yourself, King. But back to the Madewell dinner, we were talking to someone. He's like, "Yeah, I want to like." Speaking of like kind of working on your physical self.
Yeah.
And this is something that has been kind of kicking around our world ever since it's one, entered the fucking zeitgeist.
Sure.
And become like super mainstream. 2, when we chilled with our boy Chris Wallace, one of the best dressed dudes of all time, who
one of the best
very
guys of all time.
Very publicly got a hair transplant. What do you fucking call these things now?
A Turkish hair transplant.
And it's like, there's been so many articles, so many kind of like first person narratives. Like this is what I did. It's a thing on social media. Fucking Logan Paul's podcast partner got one publicly, and it feels like it's like relatively cheap, relatively easy.
It's even cheaper now than when Chris got it. I think they're like, it's like $3,000 now.
Bro, one of the girls that was on the Vegas trip was Turkish, and she was saying, she's like, yeah, like growing up in Turkey, like it's literally I forget. It's called like the Turkish donut or some shit because like it's literally
Delicious.
prevalent, ubiquitous for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And only now are we kind of seeing guys like not have shame about like doing it themselves.
Yeah.
So my question for you,
Okay.
as a man who loves and owns his power alleys,
Mm-hmm.
would you ever do the Turkish fucking hair transplant
Well,
thing?
hearing about how it's dropping in price via a
And
friend
is that a
of a
good
friend,
thing? Is that a good thing?
I think it's just becoming. There's probably just so much competition between
really-
these
yeah.
Turkish fucking follicles.
Supply and demand, but do you really want to price sort low to high on getting new follicles?
I just I don't want to deal with the upkeep and the maintenance, and then I would be worried about. I've heard, and I don't know if the technology has changed. I've heard different stories and anecdotes about when you can wear a hat, if you can wear a hat, how early you can, and for me, like I just don't want to be out here living my life with all the dots. Also, I think I would look because I've had a widow's peak or a receding hairline for most of my adult life. I feel like. For me, I would just like pop out. I would be looking even crazier with a strong hairline or stronger hairline.
I think you would have to
I don't know if I
used-
would look better.
You'd have to get used to it for sure.
I'm not convinced that and listen, people fucking shame me about my hair all the time as if it's going to hurt my feelings. And it's like, there's a lot of other things that you could use. That's one that I am confident and own. And like, I think I might weirdly feel worse.
What? No, you wouldn't.
No, I'm serious, dude. I just
Oh
think
yeah,
that
would a bigger dick make you feel worse too?
or I wouldn't feel like myself maybe is a better comp, not worse, or I just wouldn't feel like me.
Yeah, but wouldn't it take all it does is take a little time to like accept. I guess neither of us have ever done any like cosmetic surgery.
I guess what I would say is that I'm less concerned about.
It'd be like getting a new haircut or a new hairstyle.
So I guess I'll say this. I'll meet you in the middle because clearly you already have your mind made up that I would look better. I don't want a better hairline. I would love thicker hair. So I think I need a weave. Yeah, word to Beyonce. That's what I think I need.
Yeah.
I would like more thicker and more robust Cabbage and Letty.
Okay.
Not a fucking straight hairline.
Well, you wouldn't go down to here like Carlos Alcaraz, like a caveman.
Like a
you
Neanderthal
get it filled.
Cro-Magnon man.
Yeah, you just get filled in, and I think like
I don't think.
one of the things in all the essays that they talk about is like, yo, you think you want to go lower, and the doctor's like, no.
Yeah.
You want to do something that like is already natural, where you would have been naturally at this age, at this stage in your life. Period.
Yeah, there's no Patreon goals anymore. They got rid of that because I guess they didn't work for anybody, let alone us. I mean, what do you want to do it for content?
I'll do it. Sure.
You want it to?
Yeah, why not? I'm not like Larry level, but I think that I could use a little. Everyone could use a little help.
Some help around the edges.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I
and
want.
Look, I just want to go to Turkey. Delicious food, great.
Terrible government.
Terrible government. Very interesting. Being at the crossroads like Europe and Asia for millennia. I think the food and culture is like. Thanks. The food and culture.
Asia Minor.
Food and culture A1. A lot of feral wild cats on the street.
I've been to Istanbul and it was beautiful.
Oh, you went on a cruise, right?
Well, it was a stop on a family vacation, and the funniest thing, dude, when I saw my parents for my co-birthday with my mother this past weekend, it always gets brought up because we were in Turkey, and it wasn't even that the pod was that big. I got recognized taking a tour of a mosque. Wow. Which was the craziest, and in front of my whole nuclear family and then like family friends. It was a big group trip, and it was like incredible, dude. Everyone was blown away. It was like yeah. I guess, dude, we might have not even. It might have predated podcasting, and it might have been like
Fashion Bros.
Literally Lawrence from Fashion Bros, which is insane.
Fire.
Some dude traveling by himself, like a backpacker, was like, "Yo, are you Lawrence?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Can you say that again in front of everyone?
He's like, "Oh, you're here for the hair transplant, clearly."
Yeah. That was
living with it after the fact. I think like
I would like to go to Istanbul for sure.
Living with the dots after the fact, and yeah, like I don't know, I think you can't be active. I mean, and look, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's what they say," but whatever. I wore a hat. I went in the water. I went out in the sun. But it sounds like it's pretty strict, like recovery time, where it's like. You got to protect your shit.
Yeah.
You got to protect the dome from the sun, from water, from the natural elements. Yeah, because otherwise it's like, oh, I went and like fucked up this $3,000, $5,000 bag.
If you, I guess if
because I wanted to go swim in the pool.
Yeah, I guess if the audience was like hankering for us to like create content around the experience of going to get the Turkish donut, maybe I could be convinced. But like, I honestly can see myself going and like, just like you said, the doctors recommend getting an age appropriate hairline. Like, it's like, would it even be worth it?
You should get it down to your eyebrows.
Just like connect the shit.
Like the gay guy in the valley.
Yeah, dude.
It's a TV show.
Because that's the thing where it's like, I don't have the ability because my hair is thin to do a hairstyle that like to even do like a Caesar. Because it's pretty thin. That's why I go back. I don't go forward. I know you like mess around with your little flippage so you can get like, but I don't know. Yeah, for me, I don't know. There's no appeal to me.
All right. Well, hey.
I'll go. If you guys want to fucking pay me to get fucking, I don't know, like lipo.
If there's anyone that wants to comment on their personal experience doing this thing.
Yeah, I would love to hear.
Love to read it. Love to hear about it.
Our audience is pretty
Discord.
Young. Well, I guess they're kind of in the middle there, yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start losing your hair?
I don't know. I mean, my brother has really strong hair.
Same.
It's similar to like my mom's side. And then my dad is pretty bald.
Balder than my dad?
No, he's not like a chrome dome, but he has like...
Well, my dad's not a chrome dome. He has, what is that called?
The fryer? He doesn't have that. The fryer tuck?
No, it's just, what is it called?
The cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
he has the cul-de-sac.
The earmuffs.
No, the cul-de-sac.
The Larry David.
Yeah. He doesn't have that.
R.I.P. Curb.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'll be good, but it's just like you could always be better.
Why the fuck did we talk about J.Cole? We could have be talking about fucking Larry and Leon.
Because you wanted to talk about J.Cole.
Did I really?
Yeah. And you know what? This has been another episode of the only podcast that matters. We have to go to a fitting now. God damn it.
Yeah. I hope there's still some. I guess the Eclipse is done. I guess we literally caught it.
We missed it.
Yeah.
We fucking missed it. You're welcome, guys.
We did it. We did it for you.
Throwing Fit shirts coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Chef, take us out.
Bye.